Now, this is our next question on exponential indicial equation. 3 raised to the power 2x plus 6 times 3 raised to the power x minus 27 is equal to 0. Please, whenever you see a question of this form, what should come into your mind is that we are going to attain the quadratic form, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Because the highest power of this term here in x is 2. Because the highest power in the quadratic equation is 2. So from here, but here I'm having 3 raised to the power x. What I should have in mind is I'm going to make here also to be 3 raised to the power x. Now remember, what gave rise to this 3 raised to the power 2x is from the power law, or the repeated multiplication law, which says if you have a base raised to a power, also raised to another power, that the result is bring out the base, multiply the powers together. Now we are going to bring that, return it back to the other form. Look at what I mean. From here now I can have, we're going to have this because I want to make this term here to attain this 3 raised to the power x. In the brackets, I'm going to have 3 raised to the power x, close bracket, 3 raised to the power 2. It's the same thing because x times 2 or 2 times x should give me 2x. The reason for me bringing this 3 raised to the power x, I want it to attain this form, 3 raised to the power x, then plus 6, open bracket, 3 raised to the power x, because this 6 times 3 raised to the power x is the same thing as this, minus 27 is equal to 0. So, from here, I'm going to say let 3 raised to the power x be equal to y, meaning anywhere I see 3 raised to the power x, I'm going to substitute the value y. So from here, I'm going to have, in place of this 3 raised to the power x, I'll substitute in y. I'm going to have y squared plus 6y minus 27 is equal to 0. Now, this is a form of a quadratic equation. This has not attained the quadratic equation form. Now, what should I do? And how do we solve quadratic equation by factorization? We're going to look for two numbers that if we should multiply them, it should give us minus 27y squared. Look at how we use this first term, multiply the last term, meaning this first term here is y squared multiplied how we solve quadratic equation by factorization is use this first term here to multiply the last term, meaning I'm going to have y squared multiplied by negative 27 should give me minus 27y squared. I'm having this middle term left. The second is to find the summation of two terms that should give me plus 6y, meaning I'm having 6y left. That is plus 6y. I'm going to look for two numbers that if I multiply them, it will give me minus 27. And if I add them together, it should give me plus 6y. Now, those two numbers are plus 9y and minus 3y. Plus 9y and minus 3y. Now, let's multiply them first. Remember, I told you that the first thing is look for two numbers that if you multiply them first, it should give us minus 27y squared. And if you add or subtract them, it should give us plus 6y. Then, let's look at whether we are correct. Plus times minus should give us minus. 9 times 3 should give us 27. Y times y should give us y squared. It has obeyed the first rule, which is multiplication. Now the second is to add to see whether we are going to get 6y. Let's add them together. Plus 9y minus 3y. It should give us 6y. So in place of this 6y, I'm going to substitute in the values minus 3y plus 9y. Now here I'm going to have y squared minus 3y plus 9y minus 27 is equal to 0. Please, there is no falsification here. It's real because minus 3y plus 9y will give me plus 6y. So from here, let me segregate them. I'm going to have y squared minus 3y, put them in the bracket, plus 9y minus 27 is equal to 0. Now, the next step that I will do is I will look for the common factor between these two terms here. And the common factor between these two terms is y, because I have y here. I also have what? Y here. So I'm going to factor out y. Factoring out y. Now look at how I solve it. Y squared divided by y should give me y, because y times y, because this y squared is same thing as y times y divided by this y. Y cancels out y. I'm left with one y, so I have y. Bring down this minus. 3y divided by y. This 3y is simply 3 times y divided by y. Y cancels out y. I'm left with what? 3 plus. What is the common factor between these two terms here? The common factor is 9, because I don't have y here. So the common factor here is 9, because 9 can go in 9. 9 can also go in 27. So from here, I'm going to factor out 9. That is plus 9, open bracket. 9y divided by 9 should give me what? Y minus 27 divided by 9 should give me 3 is equal to 0. Now remember, whenever you are solving quadratic equation by factorization, whatever term you have in this bracket should be the same term you have in this other bracket. Whatever sign you have here must be the same sign you have in this bracket. Whenever your sign changes, it means that either you are wrong or the question itself is wrong. Now from here, let's factor out. So I'm going to have y minus 3 into y plus 9 is equal to 0. From here, we now say either y minus 3 is equal to 0, which my y is now equal to, this minus 3 will cross over this equality sign, and the sign will change to positive 3. So my y here is equal to what? 3. Or, here now, y plus 9 is equal to 0, which my y is now equal to, this positive 9 will cross over this equality sign to give me negative 9. So, but this is not our final answer, because we have two values of y. And so therefore y is equal to 3 or 9 or minus 9. Now I'm having two values for y, as y is equal to 3 and y is equal to 9. But remember, this is not our final result, because remember, we told you that let 3 raised to the power x be equal to y. Now let's solve when x is equal to 3. Now, from here you're going to say, recall, but 3 raised to the power x is equal to y. Let's say when y is equal to 3. That is the first result for y, when y is equal to 3. what is our x? So from here, we're going to have 3 raised to power x here now is equal to, remember our y, the first result for our y is 3. So in place of this y here, place what? 3. And the power here is what? 1. So from your exponential indicial equation, which says that if the base is on the left hand side is equal to the same base on the right hand side, we equate their power, meaning my x is equal to 1. Now, for when y is equal to -9, please, our result for y is equal to -9 is undefined. So the only solution for this, therefore, the only solution is x is equal to 1. Is the only solution. That's the final answer. Thank you. I hope this teaching is helpful to you guys. Please share and subscribe to your friends and relatives that needs this. Thank you. Hope to see you in the next video.